Here's the brutal truth. Women play games. Understanding women's games is one of the main keys to becoming more attractive to women. How better you understand women's games will determine whether or not they think about you throughout the day. The more they think about you, the more they are attracted to you. The more likely they are to feel chemistry with you. If you don't recognize these games or learn how to handle them, you'll find yourself trapped in a never-ending cycle of confusion, frustration, and heartbreak. But let me make one thing clear. It's not your fault these games exist. However, it is your responsibility to outsmart them. 1 minute, you think everything is going great, and the next, she vanishes without a word. Or maybe she's giving you mixed signals. One day she's all in, and the next, she's cold and distant. It's frustrating, isn't it? But today, I'm giving you 10 bulletproof strategies to outsmart any woman who tries to play with your emotions. This isn't about manipulation. It's about mastering yourself through Stoicism. You're going to become the calm in the storm, the unshakable man who women can't control. This isn't just about relationships, it's about taking back control of your life. So buckle up. These 10 Stoic strategies will forever change how you handle relationships. Before we dive into the strategies, let's get one thing straight. Why do women play these games? Ghosting, breadcrumbing, hot and cold behavior, they all serve one purpose: to test your emotional strength. Women use these tactics to see if they can control you, manipulate you, or make you doubt yourself. And here's the kicker. If they succeed, you lose. They'll lose respect for you, and you'll be left chasing after them, desperate for their validation. But here's the good news. You don't have to play along. Instead of being a puppet in her emotional roller coaster, you're going to become the master of your emotions. Through Stoicism, you'll learn to remain calm, composed, and in control, no matter what she throws your way. The first strategy is the foundation for everything else. Detach emotionally. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you're no longer controlled by your emotions or her actions. Most men panic when a woman starts playing games. They overthink, try to fix the situation, or become desperate for her attention. But here's the truth. Women are testing you. They want to see how easily you crumble under pressure. When you react emotionally, chasing her, seeking her approval, or trying to win her back, you fail the test. Women lose respect for men who let their emotions control them. What should you do instead? Stay calm. Whether she's texting you constantly or hasn't replied for a week, maintain your composure. Be centered. Your mood and emotional state shouldn't depend on her behavior. Refuse to chase. Let her see that you're not easily rattled. When you practice emotional detachment, you become far more attractive. Why? Because women are drawn to men who are composed and confident in any situation. Emotional stability signals strength, and strength is what makes you irresistible. Think of emotional detachment as a muscle. It gets stronger the more you use it. Start small by practicing this in everyday interactions. If she pulls away or acts cold, remind yourself that her behavior doesn't define your worth. If she ghosts you, recognize it as an opportunity to move forward rather than an attack on your ego. The more you detach emotionally, the more you take back control, not just in relationships, but in life. You'll stop reacting impulsively, make better decisions, and project an unshakable sense of confidence. If you're ready to take your power back and never let emotional games control you again, this is your first step. Let's keep going. The second strategy: recognize behavioral patterns. Women often act according to subconscious or deliberate patterns, and recognizing these behaviors is key to outsmarting any emotional games. Why? Because patterns reveal intent, and once you understand the pattern, you can predict the game and respond strategically. Let's break down some common patterns. The push-pull strategy, hot and cold behavior. One day she's texting you nonstop, showering you with compliments and talking about future plans. The next, she's distant, cold, or completely unresponsive. It's frustrating, right? This is a classic push-pull tactic, designed to see if you'll chase her when she withdraws. Recognize it as a test of your emotional control. Women want to see how easily they can provoke a reaction. Most men fail because they panic and start chasing harder, asking questions like, "Did I do something wrong? Are you upset with me?" Instead, you remain calm and composed and do not react. When you don't chase, you flip the script. Now she's left wondering why you didn't fall for the game, and she becomes the one chasing you. Important? This behavior isn't always malicious. Sometimes women do it subconsciously, testing their confidence without even realizing it. Either way, your response should be the same. Stay grounded and unshakable. Breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing happens when she gives you just enough attention to keep you interested. Occasional flirty texts, vague promises to hang out, but never fully commits. This keeps you on the hook, investing time and energy without seeing real progress. How do you handle it? Call it out with calmness and confidence. Look, I'm not here for half-hearted attention. If you're not interested in spending time together, that's fine, but I'm not going to wait around. By stating your boundaries clearly and unemotionally, you communicate self-respect. You're not angry, emotional, or chasing. You're simply refusing to settle for less than you deserve. This approach forces her to either step up or step away, and either outcome is a win for you. The third strategy: set boundaries early. Setting boundaries isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about commanding respect. Here's the harsh truth. If you don't set boundaries early, you're signaling to her that it's okay to disregard your needs. Most men avoid setting boundaries because they fear it will scare women away. But the opposite is true. Women crave boundaries. Boundaries show that you respect yourself, and a man who respects himself is inherently attractive. How to set boundaries without being controlling. Boundaries are about your well-being, not about controlling her. They communicate what you need to feel respected in the relationship. For example, if she frequently cancels plans last minute, don't shrug it off. Address it calmly. "I've noticed you've been canceling a lot lately, and I value consistency. If you're not interested in making plans work, that's fine, but I'm not okay with this back and forth." You're not attacking her or being accusatory. You're simply stating your boundary. This approach forces her to either respect your standards or walk away. Either way, you win because you protected your emotional energy. Boundaries in jealousy scenarios. Imagine she flirts with other guys in front of you, maybe to test you or provoke jealousy. Most men either blow up emotionally or stew in silence. Here's how to handle it instead. Calmly pull her aside later and say, "Look, I'm not into games. If you're interested in other guys, that's fine, but I'm not going to stick around for that." Notice how you're not reacting emotionally. You're setting a boundary, stating your standard, and giving her the choice to either respect it or lose you. Why boundaries? Boundaries don't just protect your emotional energy. They establish self-respect and command respect from others. Women are drawn to men who confidently communicate their needs because it shows strength, maturity, and value. When you set boundaries, you avoid being walked over. You create clarity in the relationship. You signal that you're not afraid to walk away if your needs aren't met. Ultimately, boundaries filter out women who don't value you and strengthen connections with those who do. The fourth strategy: stay calm under pressure. When it comes to mind games, staying calm under pressure is your most powerful weapon. Women often test men to see how they react in uncomfortable or provocative situations. They'll bring up their ex, flirt with other guys, or make passive-aggressive comments, all to gauge your emotional resilience. Most men take the bait, but not you. You're going to handle these moments like a stoic, calm, composed, and in complete control. Why this works? When you remain calm and unreactive, you completely disarm her. She expects you to blow up, show jealousy, or start an argument. But when you don't give her the reaction she's looking for, you send a powerful message. You can't control me. Here are a couple of scenarios to illustrate this. Scenario 1. She brings up her ex. She says something like, "My ex used to take me to this amazing restaurant," or, "I had so much fun with my ex last summer." She's testing your emotional strength, trying to make you feel insecure or jealous. Most guys would say, "I don't want to hear about your ex. Why are you still thinking about him?" But you respond calmly, "That's cool. I'm sure he was a great guy." By doing this, you don't give her the reaction she's fishing for. Instead, you come across as confident, secure, and unpredictable, qualities that are incredibly attractive. Scenario 2. She flirts with another guy. She's chatting up another guy in a group setting, maybe laughing a little too hard at his jokes. Most guys would react by trying to compete with him or confronting her about it. But a stoic man stays calm. You observe without engaging, showing her that you're unbothered. If she's doing this for your attention, your calmness will confuse her and make her wonder why you're not reacting. That's when the power shifts back to you. The key: never let your emotions control your actions. When you stay calm under pressure, you exude strength and confidence. Women respect and are drawn to men who can maintain their composure, even in the most provoking situations. The fifth strategy: focus on long-term goals. One of the biggest mistakes men make in relationships is prioritizing short-term validation over their long-term goals. They get caught up in the high of affection, the need for attention, or the urge to resolve conflicts quickly. But Stoicism teaches us to focus on the bigger picture. When you prioritize your long-term goals, whether it's building your career, improving your fitness, or growing as a person, you naturally detach from the day-to-day drama of a relationship. Why this works? You become less emotionally reactive. When your happiness isn't dependent on her attention or approval, you stop overreacting to minor setbacks. You're too focused on your mission to let petty games affect you. You become more attractive. Women are drawn to men with purpose. A man who's driven and focused on his goals exudes confidence and independence, qualities that are irresistible. Example scenario: she starts pulling back. You've been seeing a woman for a few weeks and things seem to be going well. Then, suddenly she starts pulling back, texting less, making fewer plans, and acting distant. Most guys would react like this: panic, overthink, and bombard her with texts. Become overly available and try to fix the situation. But a man focused on long-term goals does this. He doesn't flinch. He stays busy building his career, working out, and pursuing his passions. He lets her come to him. Why? Because his life isn't defined by whether or not she's giving him attention. He's busy building his empire, improving himself, and striving for his personal goals. If she wants to be the part of that journey, great. If not, he's not losing sleep over it. The benefits of long-term focus. When you prioritize your goals, you gain emotional independence. You're no longer dependent on her validation because you're fueled by your progress and growth. Stand out as different. You're not the guy waiting by the phone or rearranging his life to chase her. You're the guy who's busy living a meaningful life. Naturally build attraction. Women are drawn to men with ambition and drive. By focusing on your goals, you demonstrate that you're a man of value. The sixth strategy: avoid emotional retaliation. One of the most common mistakes men make when dealing with a woman's mind games is retaliating emotionally. She flirts with another guy to make you jealous, so you flirt with another girl to even the score. Or she ghosts you and you decide to ghost her back to make her chase you. Let me make this crystal clear. This approach will never work. The moment you react emotionally, you've already lost. Why? Because you're playing her game, letting her dictate your actions and putting her in control. Emotional retaliation stems from insecurity, and women can sense it immediately. A stoic man, however, knows that emotional reactions are a sign of weakness. Instead of reacting, He responds with calm indifference. How to avoid emotional retaliation. If she ghosts you, don't chase her. Don't bombard her with texts asking why she's not responding. Simply withdraw your attention and redirect your focus to yourself, your goals, your passions, your growth. If she flirts with another guy, imagine you're at a party and she's openly flirting with someone else. Most guys would either get angry and confront her, flirt with someone else to make her jealous. Both reactions come from a place of insecurity. Instead, stay calm and unbothered. Don't engage in competition or drama. Let her see that her actions don't affect your emotional state. When you refuse to give her the reaction she's looking for, you disarm her completely. The power of indifference. When you refuse to retaliate emotionally, you show her that she has no power over you. You maintain control of the situation and send a clear message. I won't be manipulated by your games. And here's the beauty of it. When you don't react, the game loses its power. She'll either stop playing or realize that you're not someone she can control. Either way, you win. The seventh strategy: communicate clearly and firmly. Effective communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship, yet so many people get it wrong. They either avoid tough conversations altogether or approach them with too much emotion, leading to drama, misunderstandings, and unnecessary conflict. A Stoic man communicates with clarity and calm confidence. He expresses his needs and boundaries without letting emotions cloud his message. This approach sets the tone for respect and honesty in the relationship. How to communicate clearly and firmly. Address the issue calmly. If she's been acting distant, inconsistent, or playing games, don't ignore it or blow up at her. Instead, address the situation directly but calmly. For example, "Hey, I've noticed you've been acting differently lately. I'm not sure what's going on, but if there's something we need to talk about, I'm open to hearing it." This statement achieves several things. You're not accusing her or attacking her. You're expressing your observation without being emotional. You're inviting open communication. Set boundaries without emotion. If her behavior is crossing a line, calmly state your boundary and the consequences. For example, "I'm not okay with this kind of back and forth. If you're unsure about where we stand, let me know, but I'm not going to stick around for half-hearted effort." Notice how you're not begging for her attention or getting angry. You're simply stating your standard and leaving the decision to her. Why does this approach work? When you communicate clearly and firmly, you demonstrate confidence and emotional maturity. You show that you're not afraid to address issues head-on. You set a standard for respect in the relationship. This disarms her because you're not acting from a place of neediness or anger. Instead, you're showing that you value open and honest communication and won't tolerate mind games or manipulation. The eighth strategy: prioritize your own well-being. At the end of the day, the most important relationship you have is the one with yourself. This is a fundamental truth that many men overlook, especially when they're caught up in the emotional games and manipulations of others. If you find yourself feeling stressed, anxious, or walking on eggshells around someone, it's time to step back and ask, is this worth sacrificing my peace of mind? Here's why prioritizing your well-being is essential. When you constantly put someone else's needs above your own sanity, you lose your self-respect. A man who prioritizes his peace, health, and happiness becomes inherently more attractive. This doesn't mean becoming selfish or disregarding others. It's about finding balance. When you focus on your own well-being, you show the world that your value is not up for negotiation. How to prioritize your well-being. Recognize what's draining you. If you're seeing someone who constantly sends mixed signals, makes you question your worth, or destabilizes your emotions, take a step back. Ask yourself, how is this affecting me? If the answer is negatively, withdraw your energy. Refocus on yourself. Instead of stressing about someone else's behavior, channel that energy into things that bring you joy and growth. Hit the gym. Work on your career or side hustle. Spend time with friends who support and uplift you. The outcomes of prioritizing yourself. When you shift the focus back to yourself, one of two things will happen. She'll realize your value and start respecting you more. She'll leave because she can no longer control you. Either way, you win. By prioritizing your mental and emotional well-being, you've either removed someone toxic from your life or set a new standard for how others treat you. Here is the reality. Society often pressures men to prioritize women's emotions over their own peace, but this mindset is toxic. Your mental, emotional, and physical health isn't just attractive, it's essential. The moment you make your peace non-negotiable, you become desirable and respected. The 9th strategy. Practice patience. Patience is one of the most powerful tools you can have, especially in a world where everyone expects instant gratification. Most men crumble under the pressure of uncertainty. They want clarity now, validation now, and answers now. But women often test your patience to see how you handle that uncertainty. Why patience works? Patience signals confidence, independence, and emotional strength. A man who doesn't crack under pressure stands out because he's rare. He's the guy who's calm when others panic. How to practice patience? Like a stoic. Stay calm when she pulls back. If she takes hours or days to respond to your text, don't freak out. Don't double text or demand explanations. Simply let her be. The silence may sting, but your composure will set you apart. Don't chase or overreact. If she cancels plans last minute or becomes distant, don't beg for her attention. Let her come to you. When you do nothing, you create a sense of mystery and intrigue. Play the long game. Patience isn't just about waiting for a text back. It's about delaying gratification in every area of your life. Relationships, career, fitness, and personal growth. Good things take time. The power of doing nothing. Let's say she starts playing games, ignoring you or pulling back suddenly. Most guys would panic and try to fix the situation by chasing harder. Not you. You'll do nothing and let her wonder why you're not reacting. This drives her crazy because she's not getting the reaction she expected. And when she comes back, because she almost always will, you're now in control. Patience isn't inaction, it's strategy. Patience doesn't mean sitting around forever. It means waiting for the right moment to act, whether it's in relationships, career moves, or personal growth. By practicing patience, you show that you're not desperate for attention or validation. You avoid emotional decisions that could hurt you in the long run. You project confidence and independence, making you far more attractive. The final strategy: choose when to walk away. Here's the ultimate truth. Knowing when to walk away is the most powerful move you can make. It's the nuclear option, the trump card that many men are too afraid to play. But when you wield it with calm confidence, you instantly regain control, not just of the situation, but of your life. Why walking away matters. Not every woman is worth your time, energy, or emotional investment. If she's stringing you along, playing games, disrespecting your time, or treating you like an option, you need to be ready to walk away, without hesitation, without drama, and without looking back. Walking away shows her that you don't need her validation. Your self-worth doesn't depend on her approval. You have options. You're not desperate or dependent on any one person. You respect yourself. You value your peace and dignity above all else. How to walk away with confidence. Let's say she's constantly flaking on plans, texting other guys, or disrespecting you. Here's how you handle it. Address the behavior calmly. Look, I'm not interested in this back and forth. If you're serious about us, let me know. If not, I'm moving on. Walk away without drama. No anger, no frustration, no emotional outbursts. Simply withdraw your energy and focus on yourself. The key is to follow through. Don't send follow-up texts. Don't check her social media. Don't wait around for her to change. Instead, Pour your time and energy into your goals, passions, and well-being. What happens when you walk away? Here's the surprising part. Most of the time, she'll chase you. Why? Because walking away is the ultimate act of self-respect, and women are drawn to men who value themselves. But let's be clear. Walking away isn't a manipulative tactic to make her want you. It's a genuine expression of your self-worth. If she comes back, great. If she doesn't, that's fine too. By walking away, you've already won because you've maintained your dignity, protected your peace of mind, freed yourself from emotional games. The hard truth. Sometimes it's forever. There will be times when walking away means walking away for good. She may not chase you. She may not come back. And that's okay. Because by leaving, you've chosen self-respect over the toxic cycle of games and manipulation. Here's why this is powerful. Most men are terrified of walking away. They fear losing her or being alone. But when you walk away, you're saying, I'm not afraid. I know my worth, and I won't settle for less. That kind of confidence is magnetic. It sets you apart from the crowd and attracts people who value and respect you. These 10 strategies aren't just about navigating relationships, they're about mastering yourself. When you practice emotional detachment, set boundaries, prioritize your well-being, and know when to walk away, you become a man who is in full control of his emotions, his time, and his life. This isn't manipulation, it's self-mastery. And when you become the man who commands respect and refuses to settle for less, you'll naturally attract women who value and respect you. But remember, this is just the beginning. The work doesn't stop here. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep applying these principles in every area of your life. If you found this valuable, consider supporting the community. Together, we can create a movement of men who refuse to be manipulated, who take control of their lives, and who strive to become the best version of themselves. Your journey starts now,